Morning. Before I roll this video real quick, some of you guys are going to want to see the results of the actual product I'm spraying, which is Grass Out Max. Grass Out Max kills grasses only, so you can spray it on in gardens, you can spray it on clover, turnip, brassica, food plots, and it'll just kill the grasses. We have a wild Bermuda grass problem out here, and I'll show you that here in a minute, and I'll show you this sprayer. But I'll post the results. Grass Out Max takes usually about 5 to 7 days to actually totally wipe out that grass. So what I'll do is I'll post the results of that spray over on my TikTok. So if you go over to TikTok, and it's just at how to it doc, all one word. I don't put much up there, but I'll put those results up there rather than doing a whole video. So make sure you go over there, and let's get to this video. Here we go. Well, hopefully we'll get some rain. I'm gonna get wet. What am I doing today, Doc? Today I'm gonna show you this. It's a UTV ATV sprayer. They really call it an ATV sprayer, but it really works well in a UTV because of the adjustable spray height. I will show you it is perfect except for one thing. I'll show you that one thing. But when you buy this, you will basically buy it as a, sorry, I got crap everywhere. I got UTVs, I got packages. You will buy the sprayer unit and the arm, the swing arm unit, and I'm telling you, it's fantastic. But here's what's nice about this. You can use it as a small fold-in unit, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So if you just want it the same width as your ATV or UTV, you can keep it that width, or you can swing the arms out and have this really broad spray. It's fantastic. The absolute key to this, I had another one that cost $1,000 I had for a couple years, and it finally broke and I threw it away because I hated it. The spray droplet size, I'm really gonna emphasize that. It's fantastic. Now, I paid full price for this. I ordered it, unsponsored, honest review. Normally I can pick out some things that I don't like about certain. There's only one thing, and it was a manufacturer error on a little clamp. So I'm going to send this video to the manufacturer as well too, to let them know that they got a wrong clamp on one of these things. Hope you stick around. I do have, by the way, I do have a food plot video coming up. I'm going to show you all the experiments we've done out here over the years. It's fantastic. I've been doing this deer thing for decades, and it's really working out well. We got this really cool striping effect with the corn and the green space. Corn and green space is growing great up there. So here we go. If you don't mind, give it a thumbs up. That's all I ask. I'll put a link to the sprayer down below. If you have it, if I talk about something, I don't have a link up, let me know and I'll get a link for you. You'll have to excuse the blower noise. Ken's over there. We're cleaning out all those drainage ditches over there. I will give you one little note. So it does come with 2 ratchet straps, and you'll definitely want to ratchet it in so it doesn't slide off the back of your piece of equipment. This little connection here, let me show you something specific to this. This is smaller than normal. The normal one of those, and maybe someone can drop a comment down below about the different size, but the normal one is this one here, and it's too big for that plug. So what I'm going to have to do, it comes with these battery clamps, but I want to use a cigarette lighter because I have a cigarette lighter up here. I can just I'm gonna have to cut that into it and change the cord. All right, so if you ever have to get 2 wires together, and it's these multi-strand, split it in half. Split it in half. Put the 2 halves lined up. Take this half, twist, twist, twist. The other half, twist, twist, twist. Now bring them more in line, and then twist those 2 twists together. And if you do that, not only will they not pull apart, you'll get a fabulous connection. Then you can just fold this down and put electrical tape over it. And Ken's still cleaning. Sucks when you have a 1,000-foot driveway. All right, so this thing is almost perfect. I had to make a repair. This hose clamp here is perfect. It's on there nice and snug. But they sent the same size clamp for this smaller hose here, and it wouldn't lock down. And as soon as you turn off the pressure here, guess what? It blows off. So I've ordered some metallic hose clamps like these right here. So let me make a recommendation. For 12 bucks, you can get an assorted box of these little hose clamps from Amazon. It's the one thing I don't have here, so I ordered some. So I went ahead and I put super glue on that because I don't ever plan to take it off. Oh man. Basically, this is the hose for the spray handle. And this is, when you have in this position, it's going to the nozzles. And when you turn it up, it goes to the spray wand. Okay, so I hated my other tank. My other tank was a 45. It was too big. It was a pain in the ass to handle, but the spray tips sucked. Okay, so those spray tips, they claim that it sprays really big, but the problem is the droplet size was huge. And I mean, it was like you'd walk, and I'd put blue dye in it to check, and I'd walk along and it was like you'd see blue speckles. It would not do a fine mist over something like this grass, which is what you need. You need a finer mist. That's why, the number one reason why, if you're going to get a spray tank and you're going to do some kind of spraying like for grasses and weeds, this one is the one I recommend, without a doubt. The other one was $1,000. This one is not. The other one, I threw it away. Actually, Rachel took it and sold it on Facebook Marketplace. I said, take it. I said, it's working. I just can't use it. So I got this smaller one. Man, so much nicer. Let me just kick it on for 1 second. You'll see what I mean about the spray tips. As soon as you get that pressure up, hit this. Look at that. Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at that. Oh my goodness. My other one was so huge, I couldn't lift it. This is only about 30 pounds. You can lift it up yourself. I'll show you some of the features and benefits about it, but today I'm going to be spraying Clethodim. I believe that's how you prove it. It's Grass Out Max. Grass Out Max is one of the few products that you can go out and you can spray on food plots or spray on your fields. And the only thing it will kill is a grass. Now, I'll warn you, corn is a grass. People don't know that, but corn is a grass. It'll kill corn. So you don't want to spray it on your corn. But you, like I have, we're planting clover, turnip, and brassica, and we've got Bermuda grass and wild grasses and ryegrass. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up. You have to, if you're going to spray grasses, you have to have a lot of surfactant in there. I'll warn you now. Grasses are extremely hydrophobic. And what does that mean? You know, when you wax a car, how the water beads up, grasses are basically waxed. So you have to have a lot of surfactant. Do not skimp on the surfactant. I'll be putting in, I think that the rate is 0.3 to 0.65 ounces per gallon. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run it at about a 0.5. Now I will show you a neat feature about this. It does have the spray arm on it. But one thing that's nice about this is this one folds out. And folds out, and now I have a nice wide spray path. But if you hit something, it's fine. It'll sort of, the arm will come in. But what I'm thinking about doing, I'm thinking about cheating, and I'm thinking about running it like this, because I have to go into some tight areas. Now that'll give me a real concentrated spray path, but that means I can move pretty fast. So I don't know, the only problem is I don't know when I'm using it that way how long 25 gallons is going to last. So I mean, I'm kind of playing with this right now, but I've just got some of these areas out around the edge of the fields that we're planting clover and turnip and brassica, and it's loaded with Bermuda grass, and I just need to kill that off, otherwise the other stuff won't grow through it. Areas like this I don't care about. So these are just natural, these are just areas all around. I don't care what grows. Crabgrass, clover, there's a ton of Bermuda in here. But when we get up on those areas that I'm seeding with these broadleaves, that's where I want to spray this. Perfect example. Look at how thick that grass is. That's going to choke out all of my clover and brassica and turnip. I don't want this grass. It's just weed grass. I almost forgot to fold down my arms, but it wouldn't have mattered. If I hit something, they would have folded down automatically. So now I'm just going to throw my arms out. Look at that big, beautiful spray pattern. It's a big, beautiful spray pattern. It's big and beautiful. So normally if I had to come up here with any other kind of sprayer, I'd probably be out here about 45 minutes, but I swear to God, I can knock this out in 3 minutes, 4 minutes, I don't know. Man. So you can see how rough and bumpy that was. This thing doesn't have power steering. It's hard to drive. My John Deere is, but I can't put it in my John Deere. So I've done all this spraying, and I haven't even used half a tank. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna go back up to that field area. I'm gonna hit it one more time just to make sure I got all that killed. I've got 100% coverage on these plants, and that's what you gotta have. That is so nice. I'm telling you, dude, that's the best sprayer to buy right there. 25 gallons, one person can throw it in the back. You need about 37, 38 inches of opening clearance here on the back of your UTV, or else you got to put some kind of cement blocks to bump it up some. You can drop this bar down, by the way. So if I wanted to, I could drop that bar down closer. But this is a great example right here. Look how thick and nasty this is, okay? Look at this. It is just thick and nasty, and what I want to do is, it's all grass. I want to kill all this grass off, and then it leads up into this field, which I'm going to show you here in a moment, which is one of our food plot fields. Now I'm going to get, the wind's blowing this way, I'm going to get drift over here, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to hurt. My turnip, brassica, and clover, it's not going to hurt that. I don't have any corn planted over there. So I'm going to spray this whole area next. And then I got to go to the bald spot, which is that food plot in the middle of the woods, and spray it because it's all Bermuda. So I went by my truck after gluing that little piece on, and I hit my truck, and this thing just nicely folded up. Stupid me. Thank God it folds up. So I'm getting ready to go into the woods down a narrow path. So I am going to keep this like this. Now I do want to try this spray system like that too. Oh man, if you had double up sprayers like that, dude, you could zip through a field if you had someplace narrow to go. So the only question I have is, if I bring out the arms, I could just bring out one arm if I wanted to, and just do it that way, and that way I could swing around that feeder on this side. Yeah, that would work. I think I'm just going to try it with just one. Another great example, deer come out of these woods and they come into this field, and I've got brassica and clover seed down in here. And so I'm going to swing out the other arm, and it's going to make one pass all around this area, kill all this grass in here. So I'm going to swing this arm back out. Man, that's such a nice wide path. I'll just go through here once just to kill off the bulk of this. Going to go down here with the arms folded and spray this one path real quick. So again, you control it right here, turn it on and off, and I'll be doing a double spray. I won't be able to see it, but this, here's another use for this. If you've got gravel roads that have grass growing in it, like this, man, how easy it to go down that gravel road and just spray the Grass Out Max on it. I'm about to do that right now. I've got the arms folded down. There's a Joro spider in my car. And I'm gonna spray the road. Okay, so it does have a spray wand. And I guess I'm gonna try now that I'm done spraying, because here's the deal. That hose that I'm having to wait on the clamp for, that I've temporarily glued and taped, that's the hose. So when I turn this switch like this, the pressure is going to go to that hose and it may blow off. So stand back, people, but I'm going to go ahead and it has this nice little hose strap on it. That's actually really nice. Oh yeah, oh my goodness, that's a ton of pressure. Wow. And if you had that on a long stream, you could shoot that 20-25 feet. Spray all this grass in here. Man, that's nice. See how long it shoots. Holy cow, look at that. Holy cow, I'll spray that. That's actually a path. I'll spray that right now. Oh my goodness, that's powerful. That is long, folks. I'm shooting that 30 feet. And I'm afraid to shut it off. Dude, that's nice. So if you need to drive around on your UTV and spot spray, this is phenomenal. I ended up, my other unit, I ended up using as a spot sprayer. I'd fill up the tank and drive around because this thing was so effective. These nozzles are fantastic for spot spraying. Just make sure your hose, I made a mistake one time, didn't have the hose secured and it wrapped up around my wheel. So just make sure if you're going to drive around and spray, make sure your hose is secured somewhere and not dangling loose. But that is phenomenal. Last final tip before I close this out. Once you take out your spray tank, and we have a drain spot here and we drained it, remember, once you wash that tank out, you're going to have to also run it with clear water through the hose, the pressure hose. Even if you didn't run that hose, it's a good idea to wash it out. So keep that spray tank close enough to your UTV where you can hook it up again as far as power goes, because once you get it all cleaned out, you're going to have to hook it up again to wash that hose out. It's one thing I learned the hard way. Okay guys, so yes, I really love this tank. And a couple quick notes. I'm gonna, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm gonna post up the results over on TikTok. Just go type in TikTok, how to with Doc, all one word. Go over there, follow me if you don't mind. A couple of notes on this thing: it's light. My other tank, I could not get it in the back of a UTV by myself. This I can pick up by myself and put it in the back of the UTV. Next, it's about 36 inches wide. So on my John Deere, it doesn't really work on my John Deere because it needs to hang off the tailgate, and with the John Deere UTV is too narrow. So if you want to put it on a John Deere Gator, you have to put a couple blocks inside your bed and sit it up a little bit more. But the nice thing is you can drop those spray arms down. It's designed technically for an ATV because it has the two straps that go on the back of your ATV. Works perfect on a UTV, by the way. I'm thrilled with the ability to go wide or narrow with it. And the number one thing that I hated about my old sprayer was the spray drop size, the droplet size. I'm telling you guys, you need to get a fine mist sprayer. And if there's a little bit of wind going on, just drop it down closer to the ground so you don't get any drift pattern. It's fantastic. I'll put a link. You'll order the tank and you'll order the boom arms separately. They all come in together. It even says in the description on the link that I put that they are compatible. That's it. See ya, Doc.